Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the wild tale of two crazy guys and a motorcycle. Davidson Harry Merkel sounds like a name that can cash in big bucks. Our dream starts. You ended up being the star of the show, powers on the table, but pulling this off won't be a walk in the park. Motorcycles aren't exactly a laughing matter. The boss didn't see what he was missing, he just snoozed on a glorious future. Since no one's ready to bet, Davidson turned his junk room into a dream factory. What a unique startup location. They even bribed an old guy to lend a hand to talk about some clever little rascals. Davidson got ratted out while swiping parts, and his brother had to deliver the infamous "don't mess up" lecture in front of everyone. He was secretly annoyed, but still chose to let him slide in silence, brotherly love at its deepest and finest. And just like that, they pieced together their first motorcycle engine from a collection of lovingly acquired parts. Davidson carefully poured in the gas, and Harley excitedly twisted the start handle, but their joy lasted about 2 seconds. The engine literally ghosted them. Harley realized those parts were about as reliable as a clock from a garage sale. As hope faded, Davidson suddenly thought of his cousin Walter. If he could just borrow a few bucks, dreams could become reality. He passionately described the blueprint while having Harley draft the letter. "We built this super cool motorcycle. Come ride it. This motorcycle can take you anywhere on Earth, and its projected sales will blow your mind. Cousin just needs to invest a little bit, and our dreams will come true. Driving will feel like flying." Walter was initially skeptical of his loquacious cousin, but due to the severe downturn in the economy, he was also in desperate need of a new path forward, and here, timing truly is everything. When he first entered the workshop and saw the bicycle, his heart sank. But just as he was about to storm off, he noticed the detailed blueprints on the wall. Talk about a shining light in the distance. Walter was blown away by the technical finesse. Harley's talent suddenly had a new worth. He took a fresh look at the project and decided to stick around. Walter quickly pinpointed the engine issues. The engine constantly stalling and leaking oil, definitely not a good sign. He suggested swapping to tractor belts. Even if it looks a bit wonky, at least it'll move. After a few days of hard work, they finally fixed the engine and got it mounted on the bicycle. And just like that, the world's first Harley motorcycle was born. These three were as giddy as kids. They embarked on their intense yet exhilarating journey of testing, and when success arrived, it felt like they were standing on top of the clouds. Walter's first ride instantly turned heads. Girls were screaming like it was a rock concert. He chased the wind across the open plains, only pushing the bike back when the tank ran dry. Talk about a ride. He excitedly told Davidson they needed to crank out the next-gen motorcycle pronto. It was time for the era. Harley, brimming with confidence, said, "With enough funding, I can make it faster than a car." Hearing this, Walter hesitated no longer and whipped out his savings. During the test ride that just took place, he had already foreseen the brilliant future of Harley's motorcycles, and he was deeply convinced in his heart that this would indeed become their unwavering spiritual pillar. Just then, their buddy Eddie rode in on an Indian motorcycle, which was all the rage at the time. This spurred Walter and crew into action. Harley had to step up his game. After countless nights of hard work, Harley finally developed the next-gen motorcycle frame and engine, but that carburetor kept overfueling the engine, a real headache. Just as he was pulling his hair out, his mom handed him a college acceptance letter. Talk about a ray of sunshine. Mom hugged him tight, but when he shared the news with the other partners, Walter exploded. Whoever it was, they would find this unacceptable. Harley's abrupt departure indeed left the research and development project in an unavoidable rut. To tackle the fuel issue, Davidson went back to the factory boss who'd previously turned them down. He hoped to buy some parts, but that boss was now the agent for Indian motorcycles. The boss slyly handed him a broken carburetor. Of course, Davidson had no idea. Eddie witnessed the whole thing and hinted Davidson should consult Harley, but he missed the memo entirely. A week later, an exclusive speed race was on the horizon, and Hendy was pulling the string. Hendy claimed it was a fair competition. Instead, it turned into a promotional showcase for Indian motorcycles. Walter didn't want to be the laughingstock and ended up with an engine explosion and flames everywhere, but this made them realize they needed a tech-savvy engineer, so Walter approached Eddie with a lucrative offer. Finally, the carburetor issue was resolved, but a new problem cropped up. Oil was leaking everywhere. Davidson felt awkward being found by the first client, who shrugged it off and paid the deposit. To ensure their bike wouldn't fall apart in the upcoming race, they had to go back to Holly at college, only to have him politely turn them down. But turning around, Harley accepted another internship. Davidson was furious. If you enjoyed our story, don't forget to like and subscribe.